I never got it, why'd you have to go? I guess this world's too slow for you. I think there's beauty in the gray, the cold, but you just want the gold. And there's no way I can beat it, 'cause I got no chance, no chance when it comes to her. She got the glitter and the fame, and I just wasn't enough.
Good morning, Mike and Arlette, our Philippine journey. Thanks for joining us. Hey, what makes you rich, or how do you become rich in the Philippines? Well, once in a while, Arlene and I put out one of these come to reality videos. And while our opinion may be radically different than yours, we can share with you what we see as an overall objective opinion based on what we certainly see and experience. Money always seems to be the bottom line. How much do you have? How much can you spend? What can you afford? I would argue that while it's important, it's not the integral part of what makes you rich. If you're watching this video, it's because you either live here and want information, or it's because you're going to come here. Being rich financially certainly helps. Being well off financially certainly helps. Being stable financially certainly helps. But it's not the catch-all. And I have to say this, it's sad that I should say this, but we have a lot of friends that watch our videos that live here. Okay, a lot of expat friends. And oftentimes, some of the opinions that we express and the examples that we use will refer to some of them, and they know it. In this particular in this particular instance, please, hey, all of us, you know who you are. I'm not referring to any of you. All right? Because I think all of my friends actually, or all of our friends actually, have got this part already beat. So it has nothing to do with them. But we do know a lot of others that are not really friends. Okay? They're acquaintances. And there's a big difference between a friend and an acquaintance. That being said, if you're happy, what more can you ask for? If you're happy and you're planning for your future, you can't ask for much more. We meet people all the time who have come to Angeles City in particular, because we live here, but the Philippines, and they have begun to live a life that's actually more fulfilling personally than what they had. And no matter what country that you're in, I shouldn't say no matter what country, because it does matter. But if you're from the US or from Australia or from the UK or New Zealand or many of the first world countries, life is a struggle. And it doesn't matter how much money you make. You're either trying to make more money or you're trying to find a way to create more wealth and opportunity. When you get here, you start to concentrate on you individually. And all of a sudden, your individual needs actually take a precedent. Now, don't get me wrong. We often see the issue of keeping up with the Joneses. And if you're trying to keep up with the Joneses, you may as well revisit that thought, because there's always going to be somebody that has more money and more opportunity and more luck than you have. However, keeping up with yourself, becoming happy with where and what you have going on, that's a big, big improvement. Now, we should all plan for health care. We should all plan for end of life. We should all plan for all kinds of different things. But when you place yourself as a priority, much of that will fall into place. You may want to take a hard look at what's it take to keep you happy. What does it take to make you happy? Do you have to live in a big, fancy condo? Or can you be very happy in a small, nice, clean, secure rental home or condo? Do you have to have the latest gadgets and gadgets? Do you need a fancy car? Do you have to have a scooter? Well, you know what? Those things can make you happy, but are they necessary to keep you happy? All right. You can find out that if you start to look at what it is that makes you happy. I mean, Arlen and I, for instance, are very happy laying in bed watching TV at night rather than being out bar hopping. Don't get me wrong, we go out with our friends. We drop into the bars on occasion. That's not any different. Entertainment is a part of what makes us happy, but it's in moderation, and everything else is in moderation. You know, keeping up with the Joneses is not going to keep you happy. Living your life and taking your time in expanding on that life is what's going to make you happy. When your goal is to be mentally happy, all of a sudden, some of the materialistic things change. You don't have to have a ton of different things. And you may look at us and you say, well, you know what, Mike, then why are you guys, with two, a house, a condo, a car? How do you preach that? I mean, isn't that kind of opposite? Sure, it is. But I can tell you, if I were a single guy, my life would be much different. I wouldn't need some of these things. And honestly, I don't need a lot of these things. I like having extra space around the house to store things, to stay organized, to have my own little office, whatever you want to call it, this second bedroom. I like providing for my wife's future, the home in Mindanao. Okay? But those things are things that I like and I want, but they're not necessarily things that make my life happy. I'm very satisfied, and whether you would be satisfied having a life that is fulfilled. Um, you know, I don't eat a lot of Filipino food. I eat some, that's for sure. Okay. But it's not like I live on or we live on Filipino food. My wife cooks Filipino dishes that I don't eat. So I'm happy to eat something else. If you're a single guy, your options are the same thing. You can order out, you can go out, and you can get all of it, or you can actually cook something yourself. You can get off your lazy ass, get in your little kitchenette, and you'll be surprised how easy it is to cook. You'll be surprised how easy it is when you quit ordering life to come to you and you go out and you seek it yourself. If you're thinking of coming to the Philippines, think of it as an adventure where you learn something every day. Be cautious, be guarded, don't let people take advantage of you. But for the most part, you won't have to worry about that if you're reasonable. When you see something that's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. Stay away from it. Don't be a dumbass. Okay? Look, the point of all of this is that you don't have to conform to other people, their situations, their actions, and everything else. You can pick and choose who you will associate with and how you will associate with them. You can pick and choose where you go and how you choose to spend your money. All of those things. Happiness and being rich in your life is not always a factor of money. Money is necessary, but it's not an absolute. We've met people before who have plenty of money, but are miserable here. Okay? The Philippines is not for everybody. Here, you have to be patient. You have to have patience. You have to understand that you're a guest in a foreign country. The world just doesn't revolve around you. The attitude of customer service here is much different than it is in many other countries. Being rich means being happy. And while I think for me, I would say that the cost of living is more than XYZ, we're not going to get into it. You may find it's less. Enjoy your life. So if you're thinking of coming to the Philippines, and whether you'll be happy here, whether it's the right choice for you, our recommendation, pick up the phone, go on the internet, whatever it is, make your reservations, get your ass over here and try it. It's pretty simple. Get your ass over here, give a couple of, travel a little bit, give yourself 30 days if you can, at least. Go to a couple of different cities and see the differences. And then determine where you're going to live, or at least where you're going to start your retirement and how you're going to start it. And then be prepared to go home if you're not happy. Don't look at it as a failure if you're not happy. Just simply look at it as, gave it a shot, really wasn't for me. Gave it a shot, loved it. You see, the choice is always yours. Let me throw something in real quick. Please do consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that thumbs up. We really appreciate it. Okay. If you're thinking of retiring, we have an entire playlist of videos about do's and don'ts and coming here, things to take a look at. Explore that in the channel. We want people to come here and be happy. And actually, I could care less whether you come here or not. That's a lie. It's not that we want people to come here and be happy, but what we do hope is that the people that do come here are happy, and the people that come here and stay are happy, because that's what really makes the world go around. Being able to sit around and laugh and joke and enjoy yourself, that's being rich. Being rich is being able to be happy with your life, no matter what level that's at. If you're happy living under a bridge, hey, so be it, I guess. I'm not sure how that works, but more power to you. If you're happy living a very simple life, and that's what makes you happy, where you don't have to worry about things anymore, that's great. You know, I don't have to worry about dealing with 100 different things that I had to deal with on a almost day-to-day basis in the US. Come over, give it a try. We highly encourage it. Highly encourage it. You're going to get a lot of people that are going to paint these rosy picture of the Philippines. It's different everywhere, every part. And don't forget, being retired is totally different than being on vacation. Totally different. Come over here, give it a try. If you've got questions, put them in the comments. If we can help you with anything, shoot us an email, comment on it. All right? We'd love to hear from you. Otherwise, thanks. We hope you have a great day, and we hope that as soon as this is done, you're making your plan to get here and see if this is what it's like for you. Take care.